Hey guys, what's going on? Brian Brewer here. In today's video, I have something kind of a little bit different for you. I'm going to take you inside, show you a presentation of what you need to know to have a six-figure sales funnel. Now, I call it a six-figure sales funnel and not a seven-figure sales funnel because the funnel I'm going to show you, or the strategy I use to promote the funnel that I'm going to show you, is only doing about $500 to $800 a day right now, depending on the day. So I think it's going to be a seven-figure sales funnel, but it's not yet. So enough talking. Let's go ahead and jump right into the computer here. And really what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the Facebook ads framework that you need to make a sales funnel reach 6 or 7 figures. Now, the deal here is pretty simple. This is how I start with cold traffic, meaning just targeted traffic that anybody can access on Facebook. And this is the steps that I take to get to the point where I'm running ads to profitable lookalike audiences. So this is really a strategy here to get to the point where you're profitable. It's a system, it's a framework, and it's worked multiple times. That's how I know it works, and it's repeatable. Now, the first time I ran this actual framework, I did this for a physical product funnel. I did a one product dropshipping case study. For those of you who don't know, I used to do dropshipping in like 2015, 2016. I don't do it anymore. But back in 2019, I was like, well, let's just do a case study to see if it's still viable. I used ClickFunnels. I used one product, which was this iPhone charger. I had a couple of one-time offers, and I used the framework that I'm going to share with you in this video, and it got profitable. Now, right now, I'm currently running a different funnel. It's a digital product funnel. And what this is, you can see here, this is my ClickFunnels dashboard. Right now, this is the last 6 days here. You can see on February 13th, I did $795. I can't really see it on my computer right now. And then today it's 143 when I'm shooting this video. I already took this screenshot and I've already done just around 400? Just around $420 something. So you can see we're scaling up here. So this is working out pretty well. So what I'm gonna do is just like take you through the framework here of what got to this point. This happens to be affiliate marketing case studies, which is my new program. Obviously the point of this video is not to sell you that, but if you do want to see some affiliate marketing case studies, there's a free presentation. I'll go ahead and link it in the description below. All right, so the important thing to understand here is this is the Stripe dashboard for the sales for this particular digital product, for this particular course. And what you're going to see down here is the most important number is not what I'm doing in sales, because this is only about 60% of the sales. Another 40% usually comes from PayPal. So the important number to look at here is what I have in this red box, and this is $42.42, which is the average revenue per customer, or the average order value for each person that buys. Now that's important to understand because that's a pretty big metric that we need to know, because if we go into the Facebook ads dashboard, this is a screenshot of where we are currently. And you're going to see on the very top there that top line is the current active campaign. And what I did is I sorted this by just the campaigns that I'm running for this particular product. Now what you're going to see down here in the bottom right hand corner is in this campaign, to get to the point where I am at now, I've spent $4,653.98 just on this particular campaign. But you can see right now this top line, you can see the blue toggle means that's the only one that's active. What I'm currently doing is running ads in a campaign budget optimized campaign with 5 different ad sets, which I'm going to show you more about that in just a second. I'm running $200 a day right now. I actually just bumped it up to $300 a day now. But when I took this screenshot, I was doing $200 a day, and you can see I've sold 28 or 26? I've sold 28 packages, really, essentially, in this particular campaign. And you can see over in the cost per result, I'm actually selling these. It cost me $24.06 to essentially acquire the customer. So if we think about the last slide, what that means is it cost me $24.06 with this particular campaign to actually make a sale, and my average revenue per sale is $42.42. So that means is for every dollar I put in, I get $1.72 back. So don't let the fake gurus fool you with their 19 times ROAS. You know what I mean? This is a good business. So the other thing to consider here is this new campaign, right? The top one that's running right now. I just recently started it. It's only like two and a half days old. So what that means is that's only counting the people who are purchasing right away. That doesn't count the people who go through my 8-day follow-up sequence. And then if they buy during the email follow-up sequence, then they are going to be added into the results of this campaign, but they haven't hit that yet because we just started that campaign. I think that makes sense, right? So the $24.06 cost per customer acquisition, that's actually going to go down because once again, people have to go through the follow-up sequence. So that's good. We got a good business. So we're getting at least twice our money back. So that's really good. So we're going to scale this. Hopefully it will continue to scale. And what I want to do is I want to show you how I got to this point. But as you can see here is the sales funnel dashboard for this particular sales funnel. So far, we've done $12,968 in this campaign. Don't pay attention to the average cart value. There's going to be people who think that I'm scamming down here or something like that. That's fine. This is ClickFunnels dashboard. I love ClickFunnels, but their reporting metrics suck. But anyway, so this is what we've done. We've done almost $13,000 worth of sales, and we did that on $4,000 ad spend. Some of this is because of organic sales from my email list. But overall, this funnel is working pretty well. So what we're going to decide now is like, okay, what did I do, right? What happened? What did we do? How did we get to this point? And that's what we're going to talk about right now, because if you just run an ad to targeted traffic, like for instance, this is for affiliate marketing case studies. So people that I start targeting might be people who are interested in ClickBank, right? Because ClickBank is an affiliate marketers network. But if I just run the ad to people who are interested in ClickBank, I'm not going to be profitable because it's going to cost too much to reach those people. I'm not going to get enough results. So you just can't do that. That's where you can start, but what you have to do is you have to get to the point where you're running ads to lookalike audiences in order to be profitable. So let's go ahead and just look through that whole strategy right now. So the first step is obviously we're going to have to create some sort of ad, right? Now, I don't get too caught up in ad copy because here's the way I look at it. Yes, the ad has to be solid. Yes, I'm going to use a video ad. I'm going to talk more about why you have to use a video ad in just a second. But for the most part, just follow a basic format for creating your ads. Like call out to your ideal audience, give some reasons why they might be interested in checking out what you have to offer, make some sort of call to action, right? We don't have to overthink it. You can see here in the actual copy that's in my ad, new opportunity for 2020, best online business in 2020. Those are the only 2 lines of text that I have in the ad. Because the way I see it is, yes, you have to know the basics, but for the most part, what's going to happen here is as I run these ads and I run the same ad on Facebook, what Facebook is going to do is it's going to find the type of people who relate to this ad, right? Like, I'm not trying to sell to everyone on Facebook. I'm just trying to sell to the people who will buy. So what I want to do is have Facebook, I want to train the pixel to go find people who are going to buy the offer I have, right? I'm not trying to create an offer for everyone on Facebook. I have an offer and I want Facebook to find me the people who will buy that offer, right? So I don't think you have to get too crazy here. But the thing is it has to be a video ad because we need that watch time data. Like eventually you're going to see it later on in this presentation. We need to understand who's watching this video so we can build lookalike audiences early on so we can start focusing in on the audience so we can hopefully get to profitability as fast as possible. Anyways, so we create the video ad, minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, doesn't really matter. When I did the physical product that I was talking about, dropshipping, was a 30-second ad. This, I think, if I can see there, I got pulled up the computer, 2 minutes and 45 seconds for this ad for affiliate marketing case studies. Anyways, so after we have this ad, then we are going to run interest-targeted ads, right? We're going to target interests like you can do on Facebook. We're going to look for a big audience, and we're going to run a traffic campaign. So basically what we're doing is when we're setting up our Facebook ad, we're telling Facebook, okay, we want to run this campaign for traffic or clicks or whatever you want to call it. We're going to run this to a big audience, like millions of people, and we're going to do kind of general targeting. Just to give you a perfect example, when I did the iPhone charger, I just targeted people who owned iPhones in the United States. So that was like 100 million people or something like that. So that's a big audience. When I started this particular one with the affiliate marketing case studies, I just targeted people who were interested in ClickBank. And I think that was like 3 million people. And really, I'm just going to run this ad and hope for the best, right? Like, I'm not expecting to be profitable at this point. If I am, that's super awesome. It's not going to happen. Remember, I'm just trying to get that initial data so I can start building lookalike audiences so I can get myself closer to profitability. However, there is one metric that I like to look at that can really help you kind of decide whether or not you kind of have a good fit. Because like I said, you don't have to be super crazy with your copy, in my opinion. And once again, it's important to note, I'm just telling you what works for me, right? There's real risk in running Facebook ads because you're spending real money. I'm just telling you what works for me. You can believe me or not. It doesn't really matter. I don't have a Facebook ads course to sell you. So one thing I always look at, because I want to get an idea if my message is resonating, right? Do I have the right ad copy? And the way that I can kind of discern that or decipher if I'm onto something very quickly is not by sales, because I'm probably not going to even be making sales at this point. And if I am, I'm certainly not going to be profitable. But what you're going to look through is you're going to look through at least a 2% click-through rate or something very close to that. I usually like to see at least a 2.5% click-through rate. What that means is my targeting is good enough. My ad is good enough where it's drawing in the attention of the right people enough to where 2% of the people are going to click through and go check it out. Okay, that's the metric I always look at, because if I'm getting a 1% click-through rate right out of the gate, like even if I just spent like $20, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like, I'll cut it, I'll reshoot the ad, and I'll rerun the ad. Because if I'm getting a bad click-through rate, then something's not right. And then Facebook's not going to want to send this to people because it's not getting a positive response. And there's only a finite amount of ad space. But anyways, that's the metric. 2% click-through rate. That's how you decide early on if something's working. And once again, I mentioned that what we're doing here is we're really just running a general ad to a broad audience. We're looking to get the first 2 lookalike audiences, because the lookalike audiences is how we're going to be profitable on the Facebook. So we're looking for 2 lookalike audiences right here. The first lookalike audience I'm going to look for is 50% video views. So what I want to do is I want to take people who have watched 50% of my video, right, as an ad, and I want to create a 1% lookalike audience. If I'm doing the United States, that's fine. You don't actually set your location in the lookalikes anymore. You set them in the ad set. Don't worry about that. You'll see what I'm saying when you run it. So basically, I want to create a 1% lookalike audience for people who watch 50% of the video. I also want to create a 1% lookalike audience for people who either visited the landing page or opted in. And what I mean by that is when I'm doing the e-commerce, the one product drop shipping, I don't have people opt in. So I only am going to make a 1% lookalike audience essentially for people who click over to the site. But for instance, with the affiliate marketing case studies digital program, the first thing I do is I have people opt in and then they go to a free presentation. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to take people who hit the thank you page, right? They opt in, they enter their email address, they hit a thank you page, and then they go check their email for the link to the presentation, right? So I want to take a 1% lookalike audience for people who hit the thank you page, okay? So those are going to be my first 2 lookalike audiences. And really what I'm looking for is 1,000 people. I want 1,000 people who've watched 50% of my video. I want 1,000 people who've hit the landing page. If that's like, oh, that's a little bit more than my budget really calls for, you can try at 500, maybe 750, but really, like, I've found like anything below 500, if you don't have 500 people to make a lookalike audience with, it's going to be bad. It's just not going to work. So really, you kind of got to hold your breath here. And I think 1,000 is what I've seen is really required to get a good lookalike audience. Either 1,000 people who've watched 50% of your video, or 1,000 people who've either opted in or clicked over to your landing page. Okay. So anyways, once we have those audiences and we have those 1% lookalike audiences, what we're going to do is we're going to run the same ad, okay, that we started with, right? And we're going to use the existing engagement that's already on the ad because that's valuable. Hopefully people are commenting, people are liking, they're giving it little thumbs up and hearts, they're asking good questions, all that stuff. So you're going to run that same ad now to the 2 lookalike audiences that you just created, but this time we're going to run a convert for purchase, right? We have the Facebook pixel on there, and we want to run this optimized for purchases, okay? Now at this point, hopefully we're going to start making some sales. We're probably not going to be profitable yet. It would be highly unlikely. If you are, that's awesome. But at this point, we're just hoping to make some sales, okay? So basically what you want to do is you want to run both of those ads. You want to run that same ad to both of those lookalike audiences, and you want to run those as long as you can until you start to panic. And what I mean by that is you're like, man, I am losing money. And that's the reality of the advertising game, is at this point, you're probably still going to be losing money. Hopefully you're making some sales, so you're recouping some of the costs, but there's a good chance that you're not going to be profitable. So hopefully, each are making sales. What you want to do then is choose the best performing audience. So what you might see here is the lookalike for the video views, you've made 20 sales, and the lookalike for the opt-ins or / landing page visits, maybe you've made 50 sales, okay? So what you want to do is then choose the best performing audience, whether it's the 50% video views, 1% audience, or the landing page visit, 1% audience. Whichever one's doing the best, you want to take the winner, okay? Just take the winner. So let's say the winner is the 1% people who visited the opt-in page, right? Or opted in. Then what you want to do is you want to make 4 more lookalike audiences. You want to make a 1 to 2% lookalike audience, a 2 to 3%, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, so on and so forth, of that same information, right? You want to take that same audience that you had the 1% lookalike, which is a 0 to 1% lookalike, and then you want to make 4 more audiences. What you're going to do is you're going to pop all 5 of those into a new CBO campaign, a campaign budget optimized campaign. And you're going to run the same ad with the existing engagement to that CBO campaign. And Facebook's going to go through and try to find the buyers for you. Now, at this point, hopefully you're profitable. You should be profitable by this point. If you're not profitable, maybe something's going on. So if it is profitable, just start running that, right? Start running, start scaling if you can. Increase your bid, duplicate. I usually find better results with actually increasing my bid than duplicating it with a bigger ad budget. I know that goes against what most people say, and once again, I'm just telling you what works for me. But yeah, I like say I started with a $50 budget, I'll bump it to 100. If that works, I'll bump it to 200. If that works, I'll bump it to 300. Like, gosh, I've never really had problems with just increasing the budget. And I don't focus on like only increase it 20% a day. I've bumped it twice in one day, and it's been fine. Usually, like I said, it's just what I've experienced, but that's what I do. And then if it's not profitable at that point, you might want to run, because you're going to have to run this ad for a long time to get the next step. But hopefully at this point you're profitable. If not, I mean, that's the nature of the game. You got to spend money to see if you have the potential to spend more money to potentially make money. I mean, that's really the truth of it. So either way, if you are profitable, what you want to do then is create a 1% lookalike for purchases and test the same ad. Now, I'd wait till I get at least 200 sales before I even started considering doing this, and see if it's better. Now, what you're probably going to find at this point is the 200 sales isn't enough data for Facebook to find the right people. So what you're probably going to find is a lookalike for sales at 200 sales, like a lookalike 1% for purchases, it's probably not going to do as well as the CBO campaign that has 2,000 people who opted in. But I would test it at 200 sales, and I would test it at 500 sales. And what you want to do is when you find out that that's profitable as well, right? Your 1% lookalike for purchases, then you guessed it, you're going to create 4 more ad sets, the 1 to 2% lookalike for purchases, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and you're going to pop those back into a CBO campaign. You're going to run the same ad to that, etc. So that's the strategy. Warning, there are a lot of variables that can come into play. You can tweak your follow-up sequence. You can tweak your landing page. You can tweak your pricing. You can tweak your webinar if you're running a digital product. There's so many things that you can tweak, but this is the framework. So guys, like I said, I don't have a course for sale. If you want to learn more about how I build sales funnels, the formula for that, the Facebook ads framework, the best thing to do is just get on a consulting call with me. I'll go ahead and link my calendar in the description below. It's just a one-time fee. We'll get on a call and we'll go through this. If you're interested in affiliate marketing case studies, which is there's a free presentation there, shows you 2 different ways that I make money with affiliate marketing. It's a little more beginner friendly. It uses free traffic. I'll go ahead and link that in the description as well. But ultimately, I just hope you found value in this video. And if you did, go ahead and subscribe, hit bell notifications, all that stuff so you get notified when I do produce another training. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And if you decide that, hey, this is awesome, this is exactly what I want to do, and you want to scale up, I do offer private coaching. We'll go through 60 days and we'll build out your funnel. And it's a lot of work, but if you want my help, I'd be happy to do it. It's not cheap, but you just reach out, email me directly, or go to brianbrewer.com if you want to see how to get in touch with me. Regardless, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. We'll see y'all very soon. Bye now.